大家好. So now let's talk about the modalities. Parashar tells us that Rashis are Chara movable, Stira fixed, and Dvi Svabhava of dual nature. So in other words, Rashis, they are either changeable, stable, or both changeable and stable. Parashar also tells us that this order of the modalities of movable, fixed, and dual starts with Aries and then repeats itself as we go around the zodiac. So Aries is movable, Taurus fixed, Gemini is dual. And then the cycle repeats itself with Cancer being movable, Leo fixed, and Virgo dual. And then we get Libra movable, Scorpio fixed, Sagittarius dual. And finally, Capricorn movable, Aquarius fixed, and Pisces dual. So the modalities of the Rashis, they're very important, and I like to explain them in a mathematical way. There is a famous saying of the Tao Te Ching, and it goes as follows. The 1 becomes the 2 becomes the 3, and the 3 becomes all things. So that is actually a basic concept in any occult science. Sometimes the 1 becomes the 2, and the 2 becomes the 3, and it stops there, and at other times it goes all the way to the 4. In astrology, most things are dividable by 3 or 4, right? We have got a zodiac with 12 Rashis, and we can divide those 12 Rashis by 3 and 4, right? And that's why we get 3 modalities and 4 elements. Let me explain this a bit further. The 1 is the beginning or what is initiated. The 2 is the middle or what's continued. And the 3 is the end or the result, or what happens when you start something and do it for long enough to come to a conclusion. What happens when we do something long enough? An understanding or learning takes place. So let's say you get an idea to create something. That idea is the 1. Then you get busy and make that thing happen, and that's the 2. So you have your idea and you created it, and by doing so you learned many things in the process. Right? You realized how you could have done something differently or better, and you're basically able to gain a greater understanding because your relationship with your creation increased, and that's number 3. So the same we do with the movable, fixed, and dual signs, right? We can go around the zodiac in 2 ways. The reason we can go around the zodiac in 2 ways is that the modalities and elements, they always go together. So let's go around the zodiac in the first manner. So we create groups of 3 with modalities and different elements. So there's Aries movable fire, Taurus fixed earth, and Gemini dual air. Then in the next group, we get Cancer movable water, Leo fixed fire, and Virgo dual earth. Then in the next group, we get Libra movable air, Scorpio fixed water, and Sagittarius dual fire. And we get the last group with Capricorn movable earth, Aquarius fixed air, and Pisces dual water. So this is one way that we can go around the zodiac. We can also go around the zodiac another way with the modalities, and this time we use similar elements. So we get Aries movable fire, Leo fixed fire, and Sagittarius dual fire. Then Cancer is movable water, Scorpio fixed water, and Pisces dual water. And Libra is movable air, Aquarius is fixed air, and Gemini is dual air. And finally, Capricorn is movable earth, Taurus is fixed earth, and Virgo is dual earth. So in this way, the 1 becomes the 2 becomes the 3, and the 3 becomes all things, or in this case it becomes the next thing, right? Aries is 1, Taurus is 2, Gemini 3, and then Cancer is the 4, or the new thing, which means we go up again back to the movable, and we start again at the 1. Or we have Aries as 1, Leo as 2, and Sagittarius as 3, and then Cancer becomes the 4th, the 4. And again, it is the new thing where we start at the 1 because it is again the movable. And by doing that, we actually get the 12 signs of the zodiac, right? In the first way, we divide the zodiac up into 4 quarters. In the second way, we get triangles based on similar elements. And so just based on the modalities and elements, we have created some very distinct patterns. And between those 2 ways of how the modalities and elements move through the zodiac, we get major characteristics of the rashis. And it's good to really spend some time contemplating how these energies move through the chart. Now we can also look at those numbers in a different way. So let's start with the 1, right? The 1 is the entire circle of the zodiac, right? The zodiac is the 1. And that zodiac can be divided into 2 halves. The lunar half, starting from Cancer, going backwards to Aquarius, which is ruled by the moon. And the solar half, which starts at Leo, and we move forward to Capricorn, which is ruled by the sun. So the 1 became the 2, and now the 2 also becomes the 3, because we can also divide the zodiac into groups of 3, and then we get the modalities. And finally, we divide the zodiac into groups of 4, and we get the elements. So the modalities divide the zodiac into triads, and the elements divide the zodiac into quadruplets. And each of those divisions has an impact on exactly what a sign is doing. So let's next talk about the modalities.